You're here live on Periscope with the after show. I'm Jonathan Estes. I have my guest here, which is Dalton Hutton, our former host, Ben Call, which is our new host. Welcome, guys.
Crazy.
Dalton, how do you feel Ben's doing so far?
Well, I mean, he had some pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I'd say.
So, I think he's. I was just talking to him actually early before this, and I was like, kind of trying to give him some tips, but he seemed to do really good tonight. A whole lot better than last time.
Well, I know before his first time being out there as host, in the cab office, we were giving him tips to not do what Dalton did.
Oh yeah, you remember one time whenever I was like a horrible person during elimination?
Yes.
And I was like, I love this.
Yeah, see, that's what
Yeah,
I wanted
that's
to
what I wanted.
avoid. Because, like, it sucked being up there. I'm not gonna lie. It was just like, really? Are you doing this? And you would. You were loving it, too. Every second of it, you're just like, yeah.
I was.
Okay, guys. Top 12 performed. There were some really good ones, and actually, Dr. Dickman even said that there was a line of performances that were really good. Who do you think stood out, Dalton?
Who do I think stood out? It's really difficult for me to say for some. For example, like Nick and Nikki, I played for them, so it's kind of hard to kind of play for somebody and focus on what they're doing. I feel like it went well with those two, but I really, after Nikki, I got to sit down in the audience and actually watch the rest of the show, and I think Maya killed it. Is that her name?
Yep.
Maya. Okay, yeah, I thought that was it. I'm gonna get slaughtered for that one. But I thought Maya killed it. I felt like I was in some kind of like some jazz club or something.
Yeah.
Like it was just.
Speakeasy.
It was speakeasy. Yeah. Let's go back to the 20s.
Let's
Well,
go back
I-
to 20.
What I thought was I was watching a movie, an old-timey movie, and they walked into the jazz club, and that's who's up there singing.
Yeah, it was just super heartfelt. And
Yeah.
It was like I loved that performance. Some of her riffs and stuff. Gosh.
Yeah.
And even Dr. Dickman said that she gained a fan, and I think she gained a lot of fans
Oh,
in the
yeah,
audience today.
Yeah, she gained a lot of that.
Ben,
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was great. One that stood out to me that I just personally liked. It wasn't so much better than everybody else's, but it was Elizabeth Stewart, "Holding Out for a Hero." I loved that song, and it's not a song I feel like I often hear.
She was kind of a black horse in the competition.
Yeah.
Like, she came out of nowhere.
I think so too.
I didn't really remember her that much.
Yeah,
In
no,
the duets.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, whoa, she's actually.
when she started, I thought she was kind of holding back though a little.
Yeah.
Was she? I can see that.
It
Yeah.
sounded like she was holding something back, and as the song went along and the crowd started reacting to her, it got better. Another one that did a lot better than last week, 2 weeks ago, Nick Baxter, singing.
Go the distance.
Yeah, I can go the distance. Which I even told him before he went on, or today earlier, that he better not mess this up for me, because Hercules was my favorite movie growing up. But I thought he bounced back really well.
Yeah, and would you agree? Like that song was pretty much perfect for him.
Well, it's probably because he had an amazing piano player too.
Shut up. Shut up. It was
me.
It was him. Yeah. Okay. He can play piano.
Besides playing piano for me. But last week, or 2 weeks ago, he sung a country song,
I
which
think-
it didn't really fit his style.
I think the country song was just out of his. I think you had Slade and Nick together last time. Was that it? And
Yeah.
I think it was kind of just like in the duet. Slade was like, "All I can do is country," so Nick was like, "Okay, I know this song." I feel like that's what happened.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Nick was kind of more himself this time. He really showed who he was.
Yeah, and I'm really glad the judges did put him through, just because if they didn't, we wouldn't have got to hear that great performance.
Exactly.
Yeah, he took advantage of being able to actually
did.
pick his song.
Yeah.
Dalton, I know you want to be a little bit of a bad cop. Who were some of the rough performances tonight?
Well, Okay, well, I'm no longer at this school anymore, so I guess I can say whatever.
Yep.
I really think, I'm sorry, but I really think Joey just didn't cut it. It was real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. I just don't know what it was.
It was, to me, it was just the slow start, and it never really built to anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think if he just taken it almost like exactly like the original, I think it would have gone a lot better. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. But because like everyone likes that song, you know. Yeah. I wish he chosen just a different like arrangement.
And then if we can, let's talk about Trey. Trey is like a really good vocalist. He made it to the top 3 last year. And it was just a really bad song choice. Like, Purple Rain probably has one verse and a huge long chorus and a jam out guitar solo. Like, it wasn't, really wasn't, if he had asked me about it, I would have just told him that it really isn't a singing competition song. Like, it's a concert song where you're just there to jam. Like, that's what that song is for.
I thought he did get a little better throughout the song.
Yeah.
But the start of it, Jonathan Lawson even leaned over and goes, "He's lost me," just because that's not how the song sounds when Prince starts it. Like, it's not. Well, I lost my place.
I don't want to say I love you, Trey, if you're watching. I love you, and I think it's like, that's
Like,
like,
could have picked. Yeah.
yeah, he great voice. I love him to death, and he's got an amazing voice, but the song choice is just not the best.
It just wasn't oriented for like the vocals, really.
And the
That's what you're
audience.
saying. Yeah, and the audience too.
One that I thought that it was kind of a rough start was the Alex Withers.
Oh, yeah.
That one was a little rough, and I had to look down at my note card to remember what she was singing because I forgot already. That's bad on my part, but
Boom, roasted.
and then she was stationary through the whole thing.
See, some people, like Jordan, whenever she talks about, like, it just upsets me because sometimes an artist can just sit and let the song do the speaking rather than let it stand up and move around. Like, that song, and she was talking about somebody else, Maya.
Crystal.
She's talking about Maya and Crystal. Like,
Crystal.
those songs are standalone songs. Like, you don't have to move around. You don't need to move around. It's
It'd
not
be weird.
Yeah,
if
it'd be
if
weird.
during Elastic Heart she was moving around, it would be weird.
Yeah, like it's a very internal song. It's a
Right.
very,
Yeah.
But
so I
did
don't
she-
really agree with that.
But did she have enough emotion just standing still?
I think she could have done a whole lot more dynamically
Yeah.
with the song.
But I even wrote down when Jordan said that she wishes Crystal wouldn't have stood still. That song, I felt like she needed to, and I thought she did great standing behind the microphone stand. I don't know. Let's see. Seth. He started out weak. He's another one. And a lot of them I feel like nerves. I guess because they weren't singing with someone else, it was a little different.
Yeah.
Which I've never been in the competition and I never will be.
And he started the show, which is like,
That's
tough
rough.
to do.
I
That is
can,
rough.
Yeah, I can remember being in this competition. I'm sure you can. Being
Yeah.
the first one.
No, I can't
That's. I can remember it, and it being 500 years ago because I graduated, but
Right.
finally.
500.
But I can remember that, and it being the first time, being the first one up, I was scared to death. So it was probably a lot of nerves. Probably, honestly, a lot to do with the person that was playing for him. Sorry. It just didn't seem to mesh. Like the meter was wrong. First of all, it's like some kind of triple meter, but they were doing it in some kind of like 4/4 weird rock pattern, and it didn't match.
And I think his, like Joey's in a way, would have been so much better just like lightened up a little bit. Like it was just the acoustic guitar and their voice, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, I'm more of a country person. I like the country songs a lot better than the rest of them, but I listen to all kinds of music. But when Joey started singing Hey Soul Sister, I know that song. It's one of the few I do know. But when he started playing that, I was like, that's not it. That is not how you sing that
Yeah.
song.
The
And
song
I mean,
is-
I like people taking their own interpretations So it's like a double-edged sword, I guess, because I really want people to like experiment with the song and make it their own, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's tough to do, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
So
You just kind of have to be sure whenever you do turn a song into your own,
Yeah.
you've got to remember the lyrics and you've got to remember what that artist was wanting to do with
yeah,
that song.
yeah.
And if you're thinking of a song with super lively lyrics and you just slow it down,
Yeah.
strum one chord.
Yeah, that is tough to do, and
Yeah.
it's you would think after that they could build, but it just never built quite enough.
One that I think we all forgot to mention that was rough when he was singing but put on a great show was Kelsley.
Kelsley.
Yes.
You know, Kelsley actually, some of those like riffs and stuff in
Yeah.
that song, he was actually hitting them.
Yeah.
And that high note in the Brian McKnight song, he
Yeah.
actually hit it. Like there were some moments in there I was like, yeah, the dude can actually sing. But I
Yeah.
think he still has some spotty pitch issues.
It's hot.
Some hot.
Anyway.
That's
Whoa!
Not, that's not
Oh,
legal.
God.
Sorry.
I think it might have been the excitement from the crowd too that threw him off. Do you think?
Well,
Maybe he couldn't hear it well enough. I don't know, like through the monitors, he got off. But it really, you're right. He could hit those.
I mean, the crowd was buying it.
Yeah. Oh, that
The
totally.
crowd loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Do you think he was thinking of what he was gonna do next on stage with, instead of thinking about his vocals?
I think it was more so like, what can I do to make this better? That's I think that's what he was thinking, because it was kind of like nervous, like, okay, I'm gonna go here and then I'm gonna come back on stage and then I'm gonna, rather than
Yeah.
I love having Dr. Smoke on the show as a guest judge. He gave a lot of them when he talked a lot of good advice, I would say. Dalton, you were in the music department, and Dr. Smoke gave you a lot of advice during everything. What do you think was a good advice with what he gave you, with what you heard?
oh yeah, I mean,
If they listen to him, they're going to go
The answer
far.
to that question is, oh yeah.
well the thing is,
Oh
the thing-
yeah.
the thing is like, he's really easy to read, and I'm sure people who know him know that about him. And he was probably wanting to say a whole lot more than what he did say, because, I mean, you could tell that there were some times whenever he was really not enjoying the performance,
Yeah.
and then there were times whenever he was so on board.
And you could tell that sometimes he didn't want the microphone. To
You
be
could tell he
passed
didn't want the
to-
microphone.
'cause he was sitting
He
there
would
like
sit
this.
like this.
He's like,
Yeah, I know
Nope.
that. Yeah,
Like dejected look.
yeah, that's the smoke. I don't want to do this.
But sorry guys, that's all the time we have. Join us next time, which is 2 weeks from now, and it will be the classic rock. Thank you for watching.